Now I'm going to share my screen. But before that, let me open my Word. Okay, let me just mention what today is about. So this week we are considering word processing, and we already had a class on, was that Monday or Tuesday? No, Monday. I had a class on Monday on word processing. So this class is just a continuation of that. So can you see my screen right now? My screen visible now? You can type if you're unable to use the mic. You can type. Is my screen visible? How is it now? How is it now? You should be able to see it better now. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll be exploring we already explored the Microsoft Word interface. So we just want to do some fun things today. We want to work on formatting documents, right? So in the physical class, we typed a letter, a well formatted letter. So maybe we'll get started with that. Okay. So whenever I open my Word, one of the things I try to do first is to remove spacing after and before paragraphs. So it is located right here, line spacing and paragraph. So you remove space after, or if there is any space before also. Then you come over to the font and you change to Times New Roman. That's the standard font for typing, Times New Roman, and the size of 12. Size of 12. Okay. So if I'm going to write my address, that would be from the right. So I have to select right, align right, which is Control R. I just press Control R, align right. So then I can begin to put my address. Okay. I have this that says the Related Street. Um, okay. So I can put the state too. Then I can finally add the date. So today is what again? Today is 14, 14 August 2026. 14 August 2026. Okay. So then I need to come to the right for my salutation. So since I'm writing this letter to my uncle, okay. So now you can use Control J for justify. Now we use Control L, which is align left. The contents of this document will not be balanced proportionally. It will be uh directed towards the left mostly. You might have something like this, or let me just use a lorem ipsum text to show you that. A lorem ipsum is a placeholder test. So let me use that. Okay, so this is left align. You see that some lines are not balanced like that. It is somehow. But if you change this to justify, I use Control J for justify. You see that now it is balanced proportionally, right? It is balanced proportionally. So that's what I was trying to explain. So I'll use Control J, that's justify, instead of left align. So dear uncle, right? So then from here, I will use tab to come to this point. Tab to come to this point. Then I start migrating. How do I start migrating now? Um, hello, uncle. I hope you are doing well. Do stuff, blah blah blah. So then I move to the maybe the next paragraph now. I just say I am writing this to make a request. The goal of this is just to show a formatted document. So we can as well use a lorem ipsum here instead of this. So to use a lorem ipsum, just type equals lorem like this, open and close bracket, and inside the bracket you put the number of paragraphs you want and the number of lines. So if you have 12 comma 3 like this, you have 12 comma 3 like this. So what I get first. Okay. So that gives us how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this gives us a bunch of text here. Okay. All right. So we are going to use this. So let's give this a tab like this. So let me just show you what just happened right now. When I used tab here, let me remove it and bring it again. Now I want to use tab for this first line so that there will be a paragraph in. So I use this. So when I use double tab, you see what happened. It automatically indented this. In the first class, we talked about this indent briefly. We said you can indent. Indentation is just to add some spaces before the beginning of a paragraph. So that's indentation. But I don't want this. I only want the first line to be like that. So you can click this. If that happens with your PC, this happens because this is the way this the Microsoft Word for this device is set up. If yours is not set up like that, you might not have that issue. But if that happens, you can click on this Thunderbolt icon here. You can click on the Thunderbolt icon, the drop down menu, and undo left indent. So that will be done. So where's my next paragraph? Okay, this is also a paragraph. I can tab it here and I'll undo also. Okay, and there's an option here that stop setting indent on tabs and backspaces. You don't want that to happen. That's nice to do. So you see that that does not happen again. Okay. All right. So if you check the way this is, you see that these three lines each, meaning that the two values are entered into the lorem function. The comma three, that three would be the second value would be the number of lines per paragraph, while the first value, which is 12, is the number of paragraphs. So that's just it. So I'll just remove this. Okay. I'll just remove this. Let's assume I've gotten to the end of my letter. So what's the next thing to do? I'll put the closing, which is yours faithfully, yours sincerely, thereabout. So I'll use Control R again to come to the right, then write yours sincerely. I put my name, and that's all. So you have a well formatted document. Now this red underlines here, this red underlines here, it's because Word does not understand what you mean by this. Microsoft Word does not understand what you mean by Dejo and let's say that language is foreign to it. Is foreign to it. So you see that whenever you have it, even when you have a typo too, like for instance, if instead of communication I wrote something like this, it's changed it for me. I did not want it to change it for me. Normally it should underline. I don't know why it does not happen. It should underline. Perhaps the settings for that has been disabled here. You can always access this place. You can come to file, check options here to see that setting. See the setting, this proofing here, you can check autocorrect here. You can check some of these settings. You can check this here. So that's to see whether you are properly set up. Okay, is if does should they underline when you have a mistake or should they not? So you can check that in settings. Nice. But just know that whenever you have a red underline, either you have a typo or word does not underline. Word does not understand. If it is a foreign language, maybe that is not English, a language that is not English, like Yoruba or Igbo or something like that, you will have a red underline. So in that case, you can just ignore it. By the time you are printing it out or you convert it to another format like PDF, you won't have those red underlines there. You won't have those red underlines there. Right. So I can just convert this to a PDF. To do that quickly, you can use the shortcut F12. F12 on your keyboard. You press F12, you see save as. So you choose the location you want it to be saved in. Though by default, Word prefers to save in documents directory by default. So I can just change where it is saved. I can just call it letter, but then I'm not saving as Word document. Now this is the file name. Why this is the file type? I'm saving as a PDF document. So I'll click on this and look for PDF. Then I'll go ahead and save this. Immediately it finishes saving, it's going to open it with your PDF reader. So you can see that you have the letter here well formatted. You see that the red underlines are not there anymore. So you have a letter well formatted. Have a letter well formatted. Alright. So let's just do maybe two or three things more around for today. All right. So I want to uh, just show you some tricks that will be useful. Yeah, tips and tricks that will be useful when you are typing. Now, if you were to be given an exam question to type, so let's say the exams are numbered like objective questions. Now, if you want to type objective questions, once you've set your font and your font size and you have removed spacing after paragraph and before paragraph, let me check this again. Okay, it's removed. Then I want it to be justified. The alignment should be justified. All right. So to type objective questions, you can use the auto numbering. You can use the auto numbering here. That saves you a lot of stress. So, okay, what is city? So, you have option A. I don't know what it is. Option B, option C, option D. So then, as now, whenever you press enter at the end of the line, the next number gets the next thing you're typing gets numbered automatically. So that's how it happens. That it gets numbered automatically like that. Gets numbered automatically. So and you can delete an auto number if you don't want it. You can easily delete it if you don't want it. And that's just a tip there. Now, when you are typing mathematics questions and you have fractions like this, now you don't type a mathematical expression like this, 2 over 3 like this. You use equation tools and they are available under insert. Go to the insert tab, then look for this equation. So once you click on it, you have equation here. And then you will see, if you click into this equation here, you will see under this equation, you should see design. You should see here, it will show up. If it does not show up, you have to click on design. Depending on the version of Microsoft Word you are using, probably you should see something like design. So you click on design. So once you click on it, you can select from here. Now, if you want a fraction, you can click on fraction. So, and then you enter 2 over 3. So that's the normal way to write fractions. And if you want to write, now let me compare something. Now, if you write 2 plus 3 here, you write 2 plus 3 here, you see that it looks kind of jam-packed, right? Unless you manually put space in here. But the equation tools can do the trick actually. The equation tools can do the trick, right? 2 plus 3. Now you don't need to put any spacing there. It will automatically put, can you see? It automatically space it for you because it knows you are writing mathematical expressions. There are some other things there available in the equation tools here. You will see script. Script is like for powers and bases. This so superscript is for powers and subscript is for bases like this. And you can have both together. You can have both together either on the right or the left. Like let's say you want to write a chemical equation like don't know what's this chemical equation. If you want to write an atom and its atomic mass and atomic number, you can write 10 uh 5 here. You can write it like that. Then 5 here, you have it like that. So that's how you write that. That's how you write that. Right. So if at any time you want to jump to any tab, you can use the Alt keys actually. Alt H is for home, Alt N is for insert. Okay. When you press Alt N, you have the insert tab. So like that. Right. So next, are we still together? I'd like to know, are we together? All right. All right. Good. So next, let's explore tables. If you come to insert again, you can have the tables here. The tables here. So tables are in columns and rows. So column is vertical, that's from up to down, while rows are from left to right, horizontal. So you can choose to insert table and you choose the number of columns and the number of rows here. So if I want a table of single and plural, now I could use 2 columns and I'm going to have something like maybe 5 rows like that. So I get a table like that. So I can write singular here and I can have the plural here. And you can make this bold. You can select it and make it bold, right? Then you can have your singular and plural here. Now you can actually change the font and the font size of the content of a table by just okay. Always make sure you are on the home tab so that you can easily see the font you are using and the font size. So anytime you move to another tab, maybe insert or whatever, come back to the home tab so that you see what you are doing. You can select everything and you come here. Okay, is it Times New Roman we're using? Then if you want to increase the font size or you decrease it, you want to use a specific like that, like that. Right. So let's talk about formatting tables. But just before that, you can easily add cells and remove cells. Now uh, each box like this in the table is a cell. What I just selected now is a cell. What I just selected now is a cell in the table. So table is divided into rows, columns, and cells. Right. So you can add cells. So if you right click on this table, anyway, you can choose insert. Now insert column to the left, we just put column at the left here, and you can insert column to the right also to put columns at the right. So I can just undo this with Ctrl Z. I can undo this with Ctrl Z. Alright. And you can also delete cells, right? Depending on where you are. So you can select cells to delete like this, delete, delete columns. So to delete like that. And you can also merge cells together. Just let's just imagine I want these four cells to stand like one single cell. So I'll just select this, then I right click and choose merge cells. Merge cells. So merge cells. So it merges the cells so they are together like that. That's just when you are doing timetable. When you are doing timetable and you want to stop that. Okay. So next thing I want to do right now is to okay. So you can also format tables here. You can come to table design and maybe change the colors of the tables or whatever. You can there are more here. There are more here that you can select from. Maybe if you want this style, so it will automatically set that style for you. And you can choose to shade the table by yourself. Okay. We choose a shading color. So if you're in a cell, you can put color inside it if you want. Right. So we will be ending the class here today. So probably by tomorrow we'll just wrap up with some other things that we have to do. Some other things like the what now? Like shapes and design and the likes. So thank you for joining the class today. So see you in the next class.